Welcome, Stefan, to Metalarium Pages. It's a great pleasure to talk with you about Vulture, this new album, and obviously more things related to the metal world. So we are starting by asking, so how are you? How old the band doing during the last years, etc.
Hi, thanks for having me. We're doing pretty good right now. Album has been out for a week now. The responses so far have been absolutely amazing, and we're having a good time. The last years have been very good to us, and I hope this year is going to be so as well.
Hmm, great to know. So talking about from this new album, how long has the writing and recording process for these Sentinels been in the works?
Longer than usual, because we decided to take more time. We didn't wanted to rush anything this time and make sure we're gonna do an album we are all 100% confident with, and that resulted in us doing three demos in total. We said like, okay, let's act like we don't have a discography at all and start doing demos, then act like we're a demo band again. That was a very fun thought, and we had a very good time doing so. And during Corona, I got into mixing and recording a bit, and enjoyed that also a lot. And then used this little knowledge that I gathered to do demos myself. And yeah, we had a great time and did a total of 3 demos, 14 tracks. And then we're able to decide, okay, which songs will go to the album, which will need some rework. And yeah, and that ended up with being Sentinels in the end.
Okay, interesting to know. So for this aspect, what inspired you to create a new album? How do you decide when it's time for a new record?
Um, to be honest, we're writing or I'm writing songs nonstop. It's for me, being in a band doing heavy metal, the most fun part of it is creating, and whether this be like being in a recording studio and recording stuff or writing songs. Creating is my number one thing. I love to be creative, and I honestly never have a phase where I don't try to create stuff. So right now, also the record is out now, and I'm already working on a lot of new tracks. So I never stop. And once we are all saying, okay, might be enough good tracks for a decent record, we plan to record. But it's not like we have a master plan, or we decide, okay, now it's time for a record, or let's wait 2 more years for a record or something. We
Mm,
just, once things feel right, we're doing it.
okay. Oh, record one talking about the evolution of the sound of the band. So how has your songwriting and recording process evolved over the years? And are there difference in that sense between this new album and the first one?
Yeah, definitely a lot. We evolved a lot in many different ways. When we started out, we were very confident with what we're doing, and once we got signed to Metal Blade, we felt a lot of pressure. Not because they were pressuring us, but we just, it felt so prestigious to be on this label that we felt pressured, and then went a little too much into our heads during the songwriting period, and did some things that after some time had passed felt a little unnatural. And then we tried to change that a bit with the Dealing Death. I played more the safe card, and that also, after a few years, feels like we could have done better. And now with this new process where we do demos and take more time, uh, it feels like we we are the band again that we once agreed to be. That feels absolutely amazing. So this changed a lot, and also recording wise, I think we just got better in the end. It's now that we've been to this studio 4 times already and know our flaws and know what we're good at, and try to improve all the time. And I think we have. And um, yeah, I think we just improved in songwriting. We improved in playing. We improved in being in a band. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. What inspire you? What inspires the band's sound, which is heavily influenced by in from the 80s metal? A sound may all represent a period of time, and it's the answer to what was happening at the moment. So, how do you manage to capture the sound and vibes from the 80s in your sound?
Obviously we have the obvious influences like classic bands like Exodus, Slayer, Metallica, Judas Priest, and so on. And when we started out, we always started thinking what made these bands create the music they started doing. So what, I don't know, what made Judas Priest write a record like Stained Glass, or how did Metallica came up with a record like Kill 'Em All out of a sudden, and or how what happened that a record like Hell Awaits came to be, and this is like a very inspiring thought, and once you noticed, I don't know, if that Kill 'Em All is just Diamond Head on speed, for example, you can take also a lot of influence from proto metal stuff and from stuff that might not be as obvious as Slayer, Metallica, Exodus, whatsoever, and that's where we draw a lot of inspiration from.
Oh, okay, amazing. So what does this new album mean to you as a band? Especially as you celebrate your 10th anniversary as a band. So how will you describe your sound in this new album? Do you feel there has been any evolution since your first album?
Yeah, a lot. I think we're now more Vulture than ever before. I think all the trademarks that when we started the band, we felt like having or wanted to achieve, we now managed to do to catch them properly. We always had the same trademarks, I think, like the mixture between very aggressive, very fast, and very classical, a lot of melodies, twin guitars. We always had that, but now we're able to build structures for the tracks that makes those trademarks stand out more, I think. And that might be the biggest evolution. Then if you ask me what does Sentinels mean for me or for us as a band, I think it's we're Vulture, and this record is the most Vulture record so far, at least to me and to my ears, I think.
Hmm. Okay, okay. Oh, talking about other kind of factors. So, one, especially from the reception. So, how has the reception been from fans and critics for to this new album? So, do you read reviews of your albums? On how do you handle criticism, especially in today's age of countless online reviews?
I read it all. I read everything. I read every comment in the internet. I read every review. I recheck every interview. I enjoy it a lot. Like we're working on this record for 3 or 4 years now, and now finally it's out. Now finally we can see what people have to say about it, and I'm very curious what people have to say about it. And overall, the receptions have been absolutely amazing. There's a lot of people that say, "Oh, this is Vulture. It sounds so much like Vulture," and they are back, kind of like that. That's very cool to read, and I see that we're drawing also the attention of people that didn't listen to us before. That's also absolutely amazing. And I think especially the classical heavy metal vibes that Sentinels has is something people seem to like a lot, and that makes me very happy.
Okay. And what is your perspective on the resurgence of 90s style metal in recent years? Also, what is the key to avoid simply imitating the bands that inspired your generation?
Yeah, that's a tough one. I think you have to try to find your niche and try to find your own little path. And it's the boundaries are very close, and it's very might be very hard to do so. But don't copy riffs might be the number one rule. Be inspired, but don't copy. I think that's the most important thing. Try to find inspiration that's a little off, maybe, and try to find your own sound. And by sound, I really mean sound. Production is key, and have a proper production, an authentic production, and a proper performance, and then I think the rest should work well.
Hmm. Okay, okay, okay. So, talking about for the future, and especially for the promotion of this new album, what are your plans after releasing the album? Any chance of touring of Latin America, or perhaps you will release more videos for this new album? Who knows? What kind of plans for do you have for this new album,
Yeah,
for the band, etc.?
yeah. Originally, we planned to be in Latin America like in a few weeks already, and we had a whole tour planned out for 2 weeks. And unfortunately, I don't know if you noticed, but the promoter died recently. So unfortunately, this is cancelled, and we hope to make up for that. I don't know, like maybe next year or something. So the big touring plan we had for this year, unfortunately, is gone, and we're still trying to make most out of the year. We have plenty of gigs over in Europe, but the whole dream of finally leaving the continent and exploring other countries and other continents we haven't been to so far is cancelled for now. Hope to do so next year, 2026. I can't tell. But yeah, we playing a lot of shows in Europe. We're next in 2 days. We're flying to Portugal for a cool festival. Then we're going to Sweden for musical rock and so on. There is a lot of cool stuff happening, and but no big tour this time. Maybe we'll do another video. Who knows?
Okay, okay. Well, talking about other kind of aspects in the metal. So, have you heard any bands from Latin America? So, what are your thoughts on the current metal scene here?
Oh, I think there is plenty of good bands. In the last years, I kind of slept on a lot of stuff and haven't listened to too much new bands. I recently discovered, I think they're from Latin America, Phantom. I like them a lot. I don't know where exactly they're from. They're doing a sound that's pretty similar to ours, I think, like very classical, speed fresh stuff.
Mm. Hello?
The amazing speed metal as well. Those are two names that pop up in my head right away. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So, and what is your opinion on use now? Well, one thing there are released a lot of there have more attention about for the music in general, music industry. So, what is your opinion on the use digital platforms and the increasing focus on singles and playlists over full albums?
Yeah, it's very important. Whether you like it or you don't like it, it's absolutely important. We noticed that for this record a lot, and if it doesn't matter if you like it or not, it's super important. And if you want to survive as a band and if you want to keep level or keep up with the pace, you have to pay attention to streaming and pay attention to doing singles and videos and hope to end up on a playlist of Spotify or something. Like for example, last week the German charts have been announced, and in the midweek phase where the streaming has not been added, Sentinels was on number 30 something of the German charts. And once streaming got added, we went down to 86. So we dropped 50 places just for the streaming thing. So it's super important as a band. Personally, it's not my most favorite part of being in a band, but yeah, you have to deal with it.
Okay, and with this aspect of the technology, so what are your thoughts on the role of artificial intelligence in the art? Would you consider using AI in your music creating process or in the album artwork?
No, no. I think there is aspects where AI makes perfectly sense. I don't know some software stuff. I don't know too much about that. But if it comes to artworks, I think this is the most I think doing art is the most human thing you can do, and that being done by a machine does not make a lot of sense to me. So I don't think this will ever play a role with us. No.
Okay, okay. So, talking about now, especially for the 10 years anniversary for the band. So, what are your plans for the future beyond the 10th anniversary? Perhaps a live album, Blu-ray to commemorate these first 10 years?
Yeah, 10 years will be next year, I think. So far, we haven't. All our power and energy went to the album release. And when next year's drawing closer, I think we'll do a big party. I think we'll have a great time. I hope we're going to be touring, as I just said before. Um, I don't know if we're going to be a band that will ever release a live record, but who knows? I honestly, if it's on for the 10 years, I just want to throw a big party and have a great time and invite all the people that have been part of this project for the past decade. And maybe we'll do a cool tour. Maybe we'll do like a single release. I don't know. I think we will do something cool, but there is no plan so far.
Okay, okay. We are very close to this interview, Stefan. And for this aspect, what is your opinion about now? Especially, we spoke about the revive that the 80s sound has in the music, in the metal music, with the heavy metal, with the speed metal, thrash metal, this kind of aspect. One thing is to imitate the sound, because it's impossible to get out of that the sound created on the 80s. But at the same time, one thing that usually is a little interesting to see is that the new bands trying to copy the same look from the 80s, with the sneakers, with the, I don't know,
Yeah,
with the patch, I don't know, a lot of things. So what's your opinion about this aspect? It's necessary to bring back the look style from the 80s when you play this kind of music?
honestly, yes. I think it's super important. I don't know. I think this it's super important. I would just imagine listening to music like we do, and you're going to a show, and there's, I don't know, people in sweatpants and hoodies, and you gotta do the full look, and totally guilty of that. And that's for me, it's very important to have the look as well.
Mhm. Okay. Well, Stefan, the sad times arrive at this interview. I hope you enjoyed this one like me. Thanks a lot for your time and congratulations for the new album. Anything you want to say to Methalarium readers and obviously your Latin American fans?
Thank you, thanks for having me. It was a great time. I hope we can make up for the cancellation and hope to see you as soon as possible. We can't wait, and yeah, listen to Sentinels. It's worth it.